Let's talk royals. Well, last week it was dominated, wasn't it, about Prince Andrew? What did he, didn't he know? Was he going to be losing his titles? Was he going to be ousted from his home? Well, it certainly looks like he is going to be leaving his 30-room mansion in Windsor, Royal Lodge.
Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie used to be their grandmother's favourite children. After the chaos of their parents' divorce, the late Queen Elizabeth loved her granddaughters and wanted to make sure their future was safe. However, something went horribly wrong at some point. Millions of dollars were lost on a present that was supposed to bring stability and comfort. The tale of the £1.5 million Georgian home that the princesses were never able to occupy is being revealed today. The reasons behind their mother's refusal and the ways in which the York family is still affected by that choice decades later. The purchase of Beer Hall, a magnificent 7-bedroom Georgian mansion in Surrey, was personally authorised by the Queen in 1997. It was an easy strategy. For Beatrice and Eugenie, it would be a new beginning, a lovely and secure house away from the turmoil of their parents' highly public divorce.
So much royal news, and of course Prince Andrew is continuing to cause serious problems for the royal family due to his relationship with offender Jeffrey Epstein, and King Charles has very much been dragged into this. The King has been heckled during an official visit today amid mounting pressure on the royals to strip Prince Andrew of his titles.
The house had all luxury a royal could want and was located in the picturesque town of Windsham. Towering trees, vast lawns, and the kind of magnificence that could only be bestowed by a queen. Shortly after Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew's 1996 divorce was finalised, the property was reportedly bought by trustees working on Her Majesty's behalf. The York family needed stability at the moment. Beatrice, who was normally just 6, was only 8 years old. Their haven was supposed to be Birch Hall, but it never materialised. Sarah Ferguson reportedly declined to move in because she couldn't afford the maintenance and operating expenses, according to later reports. It would have cost a modest fortune to operate a household of that size, maintain acres of gardens, and heat a vast mansion.
Prince Andrew's announcement sent shockwaves across royal watchers, leading to speculation surrounding the status of his 2 daughters, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. While the prince is leaving behind his Duke of York title, his kids will keep their longtime monikers.
Rather, Fergie decided to stay at their previous marital residence, Sunning Hill Park, with her ex-husband. Beer Hall consequently sat empty for 2 long years. A spectral reminder of the possibilities. If it had remained in the family, it would have sold for the same £1.5 million in 1999. Beatrice and Eugenie would have lost out on an inheritance worth around £5 million today. What precisely did the princesses lose, then? Birch Hall was more than a mere royal estate. The Georgian mansion, one of Surrey's best specimens of early 18th century architecture, was Grade 2 listed. 7 bedrooms, 4 baths, 5 reception rooms, a separate 2-bedroom staff cottage, a tennis court, a heated outdoor pool, a media and games room, a home gym, and an orrery with a view of verdant parkland were all features of the house.
Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie could one day receive a whopping inheritance despite their parents' financial problems. What do we know about the finances?
Yeah, so this has been one that's come up again recently because, as usual, a lot of things when we talk about the York family, it's all about Royal Lodge.
Later, real estate brokers praised it as one of the nicest village homes in North Surrey. Birch Hall might have been a family house that the princesses could have left to their own offspring if they had moved in. Rather, it escaped their grasp, and the mansion is currently owned by private individuals who have made significant renovations and reconfigurations throughout the years. Paradoxically, the Birch story seems to reflect the actual circumstances facing the York family. Prince Andrew has been living in Royal Lodge, a 30-room palace, for 20 years, and he has been under tremendous pressure to leave. He supposedly once wished to keep it in the family, planning to give it to Beatrice and Eugenie, but it sounds like a pipe dream anymore. The sisters have apparently distanced themselves from the turmoil surrounding their parents, making them seldom guests at the house. While Eugenie, who alternates between the UK and Portugal, has not been spotted at the property in recent months, Beatrice has been spotted there visiting her father.
Apparently he's barely not paid any rent on in 20 years and so he barely pays his water rates or anything like that at all, but apparently that's just completely normal. He and Sarah Ferguson, his ex-wife, I do think that's rather crucial, ex-wife, not entirely sure whether anyone's got a duty of care to her, they have agreed to move, but apparently they are demanding 2 homes.
Both princesses have established their own lifestyles in spite of the obstacles. Princess Beatrice, her husband Edoardo Mapelli Marzi, and their kids currently reside in a £3.5 million home in the Cotswolds. The rural property is family-friendly, contemporary, and private. What Birch Hall may have been. Princess Eugenie splits her time between her opulent residence in Portugal, where her husband Jack Brooks Bank works in the hospitality sector, and Ivy Cottage at Kensington Palace. Both sisters continue to subtly represent the monarchy through charitable endeavours and sporadic appearances, despite the fact that neither has an active royal title or an official position supported by taxpayers. However, the tale of Beer Hall endures as a reminder that even for royalty, things can go wrong.
And evict him from the Royal Lodge, but look at what happened.
How long have you known about Andrew and Epstein? Have you asked the police to cover up?
In 2016, Birch Hall was listed for £4.2 million once more. It's a proper country house with spectacular gardens, said Andrew Russell, the estate agent. However, there is a little-known royal secret hidden behind its well-kept lawns and listing images. A new chapter in the York family's lengthy history of lost chances was written by the home that was supposed to be a fresh start for 2 princesses. The fact that Beatrice and Eugenie were never able to create any memories there is possibly the saddest aspect. No Christmas mornings by the fireplace, no birthday celebrations in the garden, and no late-night giggles resonating through those strikingly high-ceiling rooms. A magnificent home that their grandmother had lovingly purchased, abandoned due to unforeseen circumstances, and now valued at almost 3 times its original value. One thing is evident as the world observes Beatrice and Eugenie navigating a progressively ambiguous royal landscape. Their narrative has always been entwined with loss, not of prestige or titles, but of homes, ancestry, and the potential.
Her Royal Highness Princess, along with their ability to attend future royal events, plus their placements along the line of succession to the throne. Meanwhile, their mother, Sarah Ferguson, let go of her Duchess of York title years before. But now it's official in the wake of her ex's move October.
There is more to the vanished Beer Hall mansion than just a real estate tale. It offers an insight into a family characterized by riches, but also by difficult decisions and the cost of royalty. Birch Hall was characterized as a proper country house with outstanding gardens by estate agent Andrew Russell when it was listed again in 2016 for £4.2 million. However, there is a little-known royal secret hidden behind its well-kept lawns and listing images. A new chapter in the York family's lengthy history of lost chances was written by the home that was supposed to be a fresh start for 2 princesses. The fact that Beatrice and Eugenie were never able to create any memories there is possibly the saddest aspect. No late-night laughter reverberating through those dramatic high-ceiling rooms, no Christmas mornings by the fireplace, no birthdays in the garden. A magnificent home that their grandma had lovingly purchased but had to abandon due to unforeseen circumstances. And worth almost 3 times as much today. And a new debate is emerging, as if history were repeating itself. According to reports, Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew are moving out of Royal Lodge after more than 20 years of cohabitation and are requesting 2 different royal houses. According to reports, the ex-couple wants to live their lives apart but demands royal properties in exchange. The timing has drawn criticism. Sarah Ferguson secretly sold her £4 million Mayfair home a few weeks ago, raising suspicions about why she would give up a lavish London residence only to ask the monarch for another estate. Critics claim it presents a perplexing image, particularly at a time when King Charles is facing pressure to modernise the monarchy's finances and reduce the size of royal residences. The scene must seem too familiar to Beatrice and Eugenie. Their quieter, more private lives are now again being overshadowed by the housing crisis involving their parents. What are your thoughts? Was it better for Beatrice and Eugenie to create their own independent lives away from the expectations of the royal family, or should they have kept Birch Hall? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below, and remember to like and subscribe for additional royal updates.